That was Icon for Hire, Make a Move. You're listening to the Joe Smith Radio Network. This is Joe Smith. It is Friday, November 29, 2019. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving yesterday. Now it's time for the news. 17-year-old girl in Hong Kong or China hid an anti-protest message in a makeup tutorial video on the social media network TikTok. TikTok has become bigger than Facebook and the largest social media platform in the world. It is run by a Chinese company that people believe is heavily influenced by the Chinese government. TikTok banned her account for the anti-protest message after the video went viral worldwide and everyone started talking about it and showing it. TikTok decided to reverse their decision and reinstate her account and make a public apology. Meanwhile, Hong Kong protest continues. Protesters in Hong Kong are waving the American flag and singing the American national anthem as their form of protest, or their tools to protest the Chinese government. So everyone have the protesters there in Hong Kong in your thoughts and prayers this Thanksgiving weekend, and be thankful that they care about America so much, even though they're not in America, and they want China to be more like America. And be thankful that you are in America and not in China or somewhere worse. So be thankful for what you have. Homeland Security and ICE agents have arrested over 400 immigrants, mostly from India, here on student visas that expired at a university, or a fake university that they set up in 2015 in Michigan called the University of Farmington. So if you have a degree from the University of Farmington, you may have trouble finding a job with it because it's a fake university and fake degree. In Brooklyn, SUV driver chased down while driving his SUV a man on a bicycle that he thought was the man that broke into his SUV. Apparently was seen breaking into other cars nearby. He caught up with the bicyclist and ended up running the SUV into the guy on the bike and smashed him between the SUV and a semi and another car before flipping the SUV over and totaling the SUV. The bicyclist was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead. "2018 Secondary Teacher of the Year in Texas. Randy Severi in Round Rock, Texas, is being charged for performing oral sex or other sex acts on students. Guess that's one way to become Teacher of the Year. Toys R Us is opening up 2 new stores. First 2 new stores after filing bankruptcy and closing all their stores down. One's going to be Paramus, New Jersey. The other, Houston, Texas. Law enforcement and agents have uncovered a drug smuggling ring that's been going on by employees working for the United Parcel Service, UPS. They say it's been going on for over 10 years now. No wonder them guys in the brown shorts are always running so fast. And sampling their own products. You're a kid, your mom probably told you, be careful with that BB gun or else you're going to put out someone's eye. Well, turns out it's true. More and more eye injuries are being reported, and the rate has increased the past couple of years from BB guns and paintball or airsoft. So always wear eye protection and be more careful, people. A few employees working for Google that have been protesting Google while still employed there have been fired by Google. Here's some advice from Joe Smith. If you don't like working at your job, quit like everyone else in the dang country does and go apply somewhere else. But if you're going to start protesting the company, quit first. Otherwise, why are you protesting? If it's so horrible you gotta protest it, but at the same time it's not too horrible that you have to quit. Page 2. Folks, do you change your own oil at home on your cars and trucks? If so, are you tired of struggling to get that oil filter off each time? Well, Joe Smith here has friends that run a small tool company in Washington State called Motiv-X Tools, and they specialize in oil changing tools, filter wrenches and funnels and other tools that you might need for changing your oil. Go to their website or give them a call and say Joe Smith sent you, and they will help you find the right tools for your car. Their website is motivxtools.com, motivxtools.com. There'll be a link in the description plus a 10% coupon code. The coupon code is Den of Tools, DENOFTOOLS. Joe Smith will post the website and the coupon code down in the description. It's good for 10% off from now till Christmas. Anything on their website. So go to motivxtools.com, say Joe Smith sent you, and they'll hook you up with the tools you need to do your oil changes yourself. Elon Musk's new pickup truck, the new Tesla truck, isn't the only truck in the news here. Ford is coming out with a Mustang Mach-E pickup truck. And they're talking about having Mustang being a sub-brand of Ford now. It's going to be interesting to see here. Speaking of Mustang, there's a small dealership in Lebanon Ford is named the dealership in Cincinnati, Ohio. They convert base level Mustang GTs into 1,000 horsepower cars that run on E85, and they're selling them for only $55,000. So if you want 1,000 horsepower Mustang GT, look up Lebanon Ford in Cincinnati, Ohio, and give them a call. Police in a town in Georgia responded to a traffic accident in which a Krispy Kreme delivery truck was involved and donuts were spilled all over the highway. The police are asking for everyone's thoughts and prayers for the deceased donuts. Not kidding, true story. Meanwhile, the National Dog Show, a bulldog named Thor took the top prize. Scientists at NASA have found ice fossils in a meteorite. Trump signed a bill this past week to prevent animal cruelty. A man in China that's heavily into video games spent 1.4 million, or the equivalent of 1.4 million US dollars, on some character or that in some video game, and a friend of his accidentally sold that character for $552. Ouch. Don't know if you heard anything about the whole Carson King, Bush Beer, Des Moines Register scandal and all that started out at ESPN College Game Day pregame show. This young man was holding up a sign in the audience, out of beer, need $20 for some Busch Light, or Bush Beer, whatever kind it was, and had one of his social media bank account links on the sign, and people started giving him a bunch of money. This was at the Iowa State game, football game, earlier in the fall in Ames, Iowa. But he ended up getting a lot more money than he thought, and the extra money he chose to donate to the University of Iowa's Children's Hospital there in Iowa City, across from Kinnick Stadium. And this got national news. It got the attention of the beer company. The beer company offered to match all this donations that he raised. More and more people kept giving more donations after the story kind of hit national news. To date, he's raised like some $2 million for the Children's Hospital. The beer company had made a special can with his picture on it, but then some creep at the Des Moines Register decided to see if they could dig up some dirt on this nice guy for God knows what reason. Found some Tosh.0 joke that was kind of racist that he reposted on the Twitter or Facebook or something back when he was only like 15. He's like 22 or 23 now. And that caused him to lose endorsement from the beer company. And also got all the heroes on the internet, all the internet heroes there, seeing if they could find dirt on that reporter at the Register. And they did. Lots and lots and lots of social media posts that were racist. Well, that reporter got fired. The Register's been getting a lot of hate mail and hate here. Lost a bunch of sponsors and advertisers and that. And because of it, the Iowa bike ride that's been going on for a long time now, called RegBri, which stands for Register's Annual Great Bike Ride Across Iowa. It was originally started by some guys at the Des Moines Register a long time ago, and it's like a kind of company group ride, and it's grown to where now people from countries around the world fly in with their bikes to Iowa to ride across Iowa. Yeah, fascinating, I know. But the RegBri has been taking some heat now because of all the hate that the Register is, so half the people associated with RegBri, even though it's kind of separate entity than the Register now, had chose to split off and start a new bike ride. Well, the Register wanted to keep RegBri, and some of the people stayed with the RegBri or that, so we're going to have two bike rides across Iowa now. Originally, they were planned for the same week next year in July. But the new one, which is called the Iowa Ride, has rescheduled to a different week. It's going to take a different route. And one of the overnight stops of the first year of the Iowa Ride is actually Joe Smith's hometown, where he grew up in. Speaking of Iowa, we got Iowa and Nebraska playing football here this afternoon. Some other great games too. Wisconsin and Minnesota are playing for tomorrow for the number 1 spot in the Big Ten West. Joe Smith hadn't had much chance to get hold of people, find out live stream schedules for this weekend because of all the holidays and stuff. Bear, the Tool Bear, Mr. Jeff, Joe Smith's good friend, is going to be doing his Sunday night, same time as usual. Same Bear time, same Bear channel. Let's see, Sandhill Shooter, Joe Smith's good friend, John Sandhill Shooter up in Nebraska. He'll be doing one talking about Second Amendment stuff or current event stuff. Tuesday night, 9 Central, usually gets them between 10 and 10:30. If you want to check him out, but that's Sandhills Shooter. Anyone else? Kingpin, Gizzard Gary, Maintenance Man, 410. If anyone else is doing live stream here coming up next few days, or anyone else listening to this is doing a live stream, post in the comments when it is, what night, what day, or that. Channel link, description of what I'm going to be talking about. If you're going to have special guests, mention the special guests in the description. Might help you get more viewers. A woman wakes in the middle of the night to find her husband not in bed. She puts on her robe and goes downstairs to look for him. She finds him sitting at the kitchen table with a cup of hot cocoa in front of him. He appears to be in deep thought, just staring at the wall. She watches as he wipes away a tear from his eye. "What's the matter, dear?" she whispers as she steps into the room. Why are you down here at this time of the night?" Husband looks up from his drink. "It's the 20th anniversary of the day we met." She can't believe he has remembered and starts to tear up. The husband continues, "Do you remember 20 years ago when we started dating? I was 18 and you were only 15, he said solemnly. Once again, the wife is touched to tears, thinking that her husband is so caring and sensitive. "Why, yes I do," she replies. The husband pauses. The words were not coming easily. "Do you remember when your father caught us in the back seat of my car?" Yes, I remember," said the wife, throwing herself into a chair beside him. The husband continued, "You remember when he shoved the shotgun in my face and said, 'Either you marry my daughter, or I'll make sure you spend the next 20 years in prison'?" "Yes, I remember that too," she softly replied. He sighed as he wiped another tear away from his cheek and said, "I would have gotten out today." It's been Joe Smith. Good day.